welcome back. It is a gloomy Saturday, another day of rain, but it's freezing. We're in the 40s right now. We're gonna maybe warm up to the low 50s if we're lucky. But it's still raining even though the sun is trying to peek out. I have a nice warm coffee, and today I'm just going to show you around with some of the things that I'm going to be doing. I have some little odds and ends that I need to tie up today. So then tomorrow, hopefully I can work on the front landscaping and try and make some space for my zinnias to get planted out there. Maybe tomorrow and or next week. And I feel like I'm just super far behind. I haven't planted any of my herbs or my vegetables yet. I just got some metal raised beds that I am going to be putting together, moving my cattle panels for my tomatoes. So today I'm just going to go around, find my sweet Annie that needs to go in. My coleus needs to go in. I need to start sunflowers at some point today as well, hopefully, if I can do that tonight since I don't need a water. I save a little bit of time with the rain. That's the only good thing, but I need to fertilize. But it's been raining so much on the weekend and I don't have time to do it during the weekdays, so we're going to have to see if we can fit that in tomorrow. So just sweet Annie, coleus, maybe a couple of other things here and there that I need to get into the ground, and then maybe if I have time I'll do some sunflowers. I have a huge event coming up. I am going to be at a vendor event at the end of July, so I need to get some of my Pro Cut series ready to go then, and then as I mentioned, work up front and see if I can get maybe also a lupin that I need to find somewhere to get into the ground soon, which might go up front. And yeah, clean it up so we can get some more warm loving annuals up there. And hopefully once things start to dry off, we can start flipping some beds and try and make way for all of these extra zinnias and celosia. Oh, and I have amaranth that I need to find a spot to get into the ground as well. So I'm going to take you around, show you, oh, basil too. Lots of things. So hopefully we can get these little bits and pieces into the ground. Since it is raining, I might not be able to film everything, but I'll at least show you what I did as I am doing it, even if it's just the final product and what it started with. So let's get to it and see what we can get done during nap time. Oh, and hey, by the way, if you're new here, forgot to mention, my name is Christy and I'm located in Western Massachusetts, Zone 6A, and we do a lot of our gardening during nap time here on the weekends, especially on these crummy days. And I'm heading into my second year selling flowers at my roadside flower stand. I just did a video on my third weekend with it being open. Last year, I didn't open until the very end of July, believe it or not. And here we are at the end of May, and I've had the past 3 weekends where I have been open at my roadside flower stand, doing pretty good with some of my cool flowers, and I'm hoping to continue that process until maybe we get into that mid-June. We'll have to finally see what is blooming. Hopefully my perennials will be kicking in and we can use those. So let's get to it. Let's find some spots in the garden to plant out some of our warm loving annuals. For whatever reason, none of my white saponaria germinated over here. Maybe a couple here and there. My pink did decent after a second attempt, so I'm going to move my sweet Annie over here so it's not wasted space. It was just collecting weeds, so I'm going to get that in first today. And in about 5 minutes, sweet Annie is in. And we're moving on to clear out for some basil. Now we're moving on to tackle this bed of weeds. That is all weeds. So this used to be my raspberry and blackberry area. As you can see, I still have some raspberry shoots that survived me digging up. I think there's one over there and a few buried over here. They had thorns, so I gave them away, but some still survived. But I need to plant all of this basil. If you could smell it, oh, it's so good. It's all cinnamon and lemon. It is they need to get out of here so bad. So I'm going to take all of these beautiful weeds out, and we are going to plant all of our basil here. And yeah, I was hoping to save this area for zinnias, but it's not going to happen. I do have a bed over here where I used to have my cucumbers as well, so I need to figure out what to put there. I might put coleus there, but I'm not quite sure. So right now, tackle the weeds, save the raspberries, plant the lemon and cinnamon basil. So let's get to it. Despite the insane winds, we were able to get our basil in, which as you can see, it's kind of being flopped all over. Definitely noting for next year to start them maybe a week or two later, especially if I can't get them into the ground as I want. But some of them are pretty good and upright, but I do have some that are smaller. I did overseed because it's just, they're so hard and little. I'm hoping they will straighten back out. It's supposed to be in the upper 80s and almost 90s by the end of the week. So we're going from the low 40s slash maybe high 30s tonight into almost 90 degrees by Friday. And I did have some room, so I put some of my Dusty Miller over here because I ran out of space where I wanted to. So we have another bed down. I have one more bed in here. Not quite sure what to do with it, but hey, we got some more stuff in. So now on to our next task. Quick update. Coffee break. Trying to stay warm. Yeah, we are getting things done. It is starting to slowly stop raining, but nonetheless, even though it is slightly sprinkling and it's crazy windy, we have a lot of stuff to get done. So we are going to get to it. So we had the sweet Annie in, we moved the basil. Now it's time for us to make some space so I can get my amaranth in. So in this spot, I actually planted sunflowers last year, and it's a great spot. It gets so much sun. So I thought amaranth would be perfect over here. That way I can get an abundant amount of sun, get nice and big and tall, and hopefully I can use these stems later on in the fall. It's going to be a nice red spike, and I think it's like a terracotta color. I can't remember the exact variety, but I'll put it down below for you. So I'm hoping to use those in the fall for my bouquets. So I thought this spot would be great, but we have a lot of cleanup to do over here since the leaves kind of just scatter here and have not moved since. So here's just some more work, and look at this awesome wind that is happening. Here was my once sunflower bed. So I just put some more 50-50 mix in compost. And we are going to get our amaranth in. I'm going to space them out a little bit better, but I'm hoping I can put some coleus in front of them. So I'm going to just start in the back and work my way halfway over, make like a little rectangle of the greens and then the red one. Again, I'm pretty sure it's hot biscuits and red spike. So I'm going to do that, and then hopefully I can get some coleus up front. I'm going to plant those pretty close together in hopes that the coleus will get taller and branch out and compete for the sun. Even if it's just a few varieties, that would be awesome. But still insanely windy, but it stopped raining. But my hands are red and absolutely freezing. So let's get these in. Okay, so don't mind the mess behind me. It finally stopped raining, but it's still freezing. And I am going to get my coleus in that looks like it's seen better days. It looks awful. It's so root bound. I should have potted these up so long ago. Nonetheless, I am going to give them hopefully a second life, and we are going to get them into the ground right here. Fingers crossed they will rebound and bounce back. So we'll see how they do. I think I have plenty of space for them, which is going to be great. So we're going to get these in different varieties. We have Crimson Gold, Lime Delight, Dark Chocolate, and Watermelon. I mean, this is supposed to be bright and vibrant. The leaves on the bottom have seen better days. I'm sure they're extremely root bound. Actually, let's take a look because I'm like kicking myself in the butt because I really wanted some. Nonetheless, I am in luck because the nursery down the road, they have so much, and hers were amazing last year. So worst case scenario, in July when she closes up shop, I will grab some. So this is the Crimson. Oh yeah, like look how root bound these are. I mean, I've seen worse, still super root bound. So I'm going to get these in. Hopefully they'll get some love, give them some fish emulsion, and hopefully they will bounce back because I really want to use these for some foliage because the ones I had last time were amazing. I don't think I can buy the seeds for the ones I had last time, but like I said, in July when she closes up, she gives a 50% off of everything that's there. And she gave me a really good discount last time I got 6 humongous pots for free. So I'm going to definitely stop by there and get those, but we're going to get these in. Hopefully they will rebound. They have, like I said, seen much better days, but it's just something that I just left behind because I was more concerned about like my zinnias and my celosia than these guys. So we're going to get them in, and yeah, I'll show you what it looks like in the end. So I'm pretty pumped. We got a lot in here. Coleus, looking really sad. And I had a little bit of celosia at the end, so I put those in. Look, the sun is coming out. So we jam-pack stuff in as always. So let's just see how they do. On to the next task. It is so dang nice to shed the raincoat and the sun is coming out. Everything is looking pretty good, even though we had all of that wind. I'm not really quite sure what else I have to plant out. I have a lot of winter stone milk jugs. I really want to redo the pots on my deck. So I know we have some mahogany splendor hibiscus. So that's my next task right now. I need to find a spot out front to plant them because they are insanely tall. Let me bring you over to see how tall they are. I actually had to put them inside of a tomato cage to keep them from falling over. They're, again, extremely root bound. But let me just pull one of these out. Hopefully, oh gosh, they're really tangled. This is my mahogany splendor hibiscus. It is huge. We need to get them in. Definitely root bound. The roots are starting to come out. Not going anywhere. The leaves look a little sad because of the wind, and they've been in this cage right here, hanging tight. So I'm going to get these in, and I think, honestly, that's like my last thing at the moment, besides my winter stone milk jugs and then zinnias, which we can't do right now anyways. So if I can find a spot for these out front, I'm going to be so happy because they need to get in. So I'll show you where those are going to go. Probably have to move some dirt over there, find a nice spot in the sun, and we will get these in and wrap up today's little projects here and there. Okay, last task. Yes, I know they're close together. I know they get huge, but this is all I got. So we're planting them here, all 12 of them. So let's get to it. And here they are, all together, spaced out a good 1.5 feet from each other at a diagonal little zigzag pattern. So hopefully they will get enough sunlight here and we can harvest from these in the fall. And that is a wrap on today's nap time activities. It was freezing cold, raining, windy as all can be, and then in true New England fashion, the sun is out, the wind has calmed down, and I am now sweating and taking layers off. But that's just how we have to roll with things here in New England. So I was able to get, I feel like, a good amount of stuff done in the 2 hours or so. So that leaves me time later tonight to get some more sunflower seeds started. And then tomorrow, hopefully we can start on some planters, getting some garden beds maybe made. But just don't hold me to that because I do need to get my cherry tomatoes in. It was so cold that actually some of my tomato leaves are starting to turn a little bit purple. So I'm going to move those into the greenhouse tonight and try and save some of those and zinnias and whatever else is not in the ground right now just because it's going to get cold tonight. So I'll have that to do. And also, if you would like to see what I am building, what kind of bouquets I am making or flower arrangements, you can always head on over to my Facebook or my Instagram page. It's called Christy's Bloom Bar. I'm located again in Western Massachusetts. So here on this channel, I'm also going to try and show you some of my arrangements and flowers that are coming, but I do more of like my business posts over on my Instagram and my Facebook page, especially because Facebook is where a lot of my local customers are able to see me. So definitely check out Christy's Bloom Bar. I would love to have you over there. Give me some love, give me some tips. Let me know if you like my arrangements and hopefully my bouquets soon. And as always, if you would like to stay updated on everything, please make sure you hit like and subscribe and hit that bell button. And I will see you all next time. Happy gardening. Bye.